Hey, what's up? Back again.
That first bass note hit me in the chest, and I was just like, there's no way that's 2.8.
MB Enclosures has his own YouTube channel, and this guy is an animal when it comes to designing boxes.
Woo woo! What's up, man? This is the official Ground Zero GZRW 8-inch unboxing. This is going to be the official one. Some of y'all said, well, didn't you do one already? Yeah, I kind of didn't get that one correct. So I'm going to redo it again. So this is the redo. You're not crazy. So what we have here is the Ground Zero German Engineering 8-inch. This is the GZRW 8 XSPL. Now they have a SQ subwoofer, which is the uranium series. Then they have the radioactive series, and then they have the hydrogen series. The company name is Ground Zero, and when you think about Ground Zero, I know you think about nuclear explosion, boom, blast, starting over. So they were basically with Ground Zero. They want you to forget it, want you to get rid of everything you ever thought before. And this is where you want to start at. Ground Zero. Let's start all over again. Let's blow up everything you ever thought about subwoofer and bass reproduction and everything. And let's start from Ground Zero. So this is, I guess you would call their intermediate level 8 because of the price point and because high station. They have 3/8, the uranium, the radioactive, and the hydrogen. This is the intermediate level. I will be reviewing the uranium series and the hydrogen series as well. So here we are on the box. Radioactive series. German engineering. They have their roots in America, but the company is based in Germany, and all the engineering is done in Germany. The manufacturing is done in, like most companies, done in China for the most part, but the stringent testing, design, and engineering of the woofer is done in Germany. Now, they have some specifications on the outside of the box that I would like to read. It is a high-power 8-inch SPS subwoofer. Optimized, I will discuss that. Reinforced paper cone, high roll surround, 2-inch copper voice coil, ferrite motor. It has a power handling of 1,000 watts max. Efficiency is 84.6, which is very nice. And this is a dual 2-ohm. The reason why I got a dual 2-ohm because my amplifier at 4 ohms, I can get a 1,000 watts delivered to this driver. And since they say that is the max, it's a little bit more than one, but that's going to make sure that I give it that it's optimally powered. Okay, the resonance frequency is 45. The QTS is nice, 0.36. That means it's severely suited for a ported enclosure. 0.4 and under is 0.4 and under is most of the time geared for ported enclosure. Look at the equivalent compliance VAS with this woofer, 7.4 liters, which is nice, particularly at this price point, $239 from a dealer, which is 0.26 cubic feet. I don't want y'all to think I'm picking on anyone, but that vascularity is similar to another very, very esteemed 8, and you want to point out, but just that vascularity number is unique, particularly when we apply it to this driver, and which you'll see when I open up this box. And it's common to another 8-inch subwoofer as well. It has 22 millimeters of X-Max, and that is peak to peak. So that's a total of a little more than 3/4 of an inch, and that's peak to peak. So it's 11 millimeters each way. The cutout is 7.17, and we'll get into looking at that. That's smaller than the 7 1/4 or 7 3/8 cutout that most 8-inches have here. Now this is the European sound. Now this European sound driver means there's a more focus on sound quality than there is. You okay, babe?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's okay. That's cool. There's a more focus on sound quality than there is in SPL. Even though this woofer here is, and the model number is SPL, maybe because of that sensitivity and that it's geared for a ported enclosure. Light just went above, like, bitch, don't let it bother you. You bothering to bother you so much.
It bother me, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you making it bother me. I ain't finna do this video again.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it.
Yeah,
Stop.
they got big of a deal. So let's unbox this boy. Boom, get out and we see the manual. The manual gives us a further breakdown of the parameters of this driver, how to hook it up to an amplifier. It gives you more detailed TS parameters and a power rating, where to put it at. It says that the optimum power rating is 500 watts. Once you start reaching between 6 and 1,000, critical. And they also give you 2 recommended enclosures. Now, because of the low QTS in the driver, they do not have a sealed recommendation. The first recommendation they offer is, and this is for, I guess, optimum, 0.88. And for less bass, limited low frequency range, and limited power handling, they say you can put in a 0.53, tuned to 40 hertz. The optimum box is tuned to 38 hertz. And remember, I told you that's to try to give something for everybody. I don't think I'm going to tune the box too high. I'm going to tune that box probably about 33, 35. It's going to have to get its own box because it does not have the 73/8 cutout. It has a 7 1/4 cutout, and I like the fact that they actually give you that small template, so you can trace it out and cut it with a jigsaw, or you can do as I do, just put it inside your circle jig. The boxing is sufficient to get the woofer to you intact. It is not a very heavy driver. It is not a very heavy driver at all. Okay, let's get out this plastic. Can you put this in the box a little better? All this, put it back in the box until I get that box so we're gonna test it. Yeah. So, let's look at it from the top up. I've never known what this gasket for on a woofer is utilized for. I kind of think that in China, when they manufactured the driver, this was supposed to be underneath, because unless you're going to inverse mount the subwoofer, then putting the gasket on top of the flange makes no sense to me. However, it will keep the cost down. And this woofer at $239. I can understand that point by not having a rubber gasket, but it would make more sense to have this gasket material on the underside of the basket instead of the top. The surround looks to be medium height. I do like this lip. Y'all know I love this lip. Now, this is not a very, very tall lip, but I love woofers that have this lip instead of that donut toilet seat surround, particularly on the 8-inch. On the 8-inch, I think the primary focus should be on maximizing the cone area. It's already an 8-inch. You don't have no space to really give up. The basket is a stamped basket that has the GC logo stamped into it. The tinsel leads are swollen into the spider. The speaker terminals look like they will accept 12 gauge and higher very easily. Yeah, that's interesting. I said swollen into the spider, and come to find out, baby, they see this thing has dual space spiders on the basket. Yes, it looks as though they have a top spider on the stamp frame, and then directly underneath it, with some kind of rubber spacing, is another spider. That spider is glued. This top spike is glued down with some really very nice, good bead of epoxy on it. The rolls on this spider are interesting as well. Yeah, it's a progressive roll. Ooh. Some big rolls on a spider that only has 22 millimeters of X-Max peak to peak. What is the X-Mechanical? That's not listed. X-Mechanical is not listed at all, which is very, very interesting. It has for this a stamp basket with 2 spiders. Interesting, very interesting. The top plate looks to be more like a little more than a 1/4 inch thick, maybe 3/8. It looks to have a. Let's see if we can get this off. Let's see if maybe I can have enough time to get this off and see what kind of. If we can see what is it, a dual slug or a single slug? This is a. It is still. German engineering. They definitely engineered this magnet thing. Okay, it has a dual slug. Looks to be maybe 3/4 of an inch, a little more. Dual slug, and now I can see the top plate very well. It is definitely more than a 1/4 inch, a little bit more than a 1/4 inch, maybe 5/16 high. The venting amazes me that they only put a pole vent, one small pole vent in the back. They don't tell you what kind of former they utilize, but you can see that pretty copper coil and about average, some very thick wire there. The gauge thickness of the wires. I'm trying to do a visual look at the gap just from a layman's to see if I think it's very, very tight. I would say, now of course you need, I'm not gonna say I can judge this by eye. I'm just using my experience of having messing with so many eighths that I would think this is a tight gap from what I see. Yeah, this is a very tight gap. It's vented on the former as well. Nice beat on this second beat at the triple joint. This is a solid constructed driver. Only thing I would say that maybe need to be improved, this gasket need to be on the underside as well. And that could be China. You know, that could be China missing. And also, maybe more venting on the back plate. But other than that, I'm curious to see what this boy sounds like. Oh, I didn't talk about the cone. The cone is non-pressed. It says reinforced. Yeah, this boy here got some people like to push down the cone for the excursion. I like to take my fingers by the triple joint, if I can, and pull forward. Because I'm trying to mimic what it's going to look like on full peak to peak. And if it'll pop loose with my hand, it definitely going to pop loose with the magnet. This is far more than, this is nice. This is nice. So we go that far forward. How far can we go down? Nice. I'm interested to see what this thing gonna sound like in the box, man. The link to the website is in the description of the video. $239. We're gonna next do the free air test, frequency sweep, see what it sounds like as it moves, and that's it. How do y'all like my new shirt? Shouts out to Edwin Cuevas, send me this. MBE, Fat Not Fiction, and it has a. Did you see that, baby?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can see.
PCG, baby.
PCG paperclip game, baby. Do me, give me a paperclip. That might be something cool to see if it has a. What I ain't gonna say. I'm not gonna say what they say. It's a straight magnetic field. I'm not gonna do that, but I'm just gonna see. I'm curious. How strong is it? No bells, no whistles. No proprietary basket. Other than they having in this a stamped on a steel basket. I'm curious. What is the fuss about with the ground zero? I'm gonna see what are we gonna get. Just curious. I see if it. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know. We're gonna see if it's in the paperclip lane. You ready? Are y'all ready? Nah. Everything is. Oh, wait a second. Nah. Nah, it ain't in the paperclip game. But I am the paperclip game. So anyway, we're gonna see what it sounds next in the free air testing. Then put inside of an enclosure tune for it. And you know what I would like to do? I think I'm gonna put in. I'm gonna build 2 enclosures since they're relatively small. One at 38 hertz. I'm gonna build one at 33 hertz and let y'all hear the difference. Yeah. Peace.